Not to Twinkly for you. This one's 3.3. I'm going to go over some of the under the hood changes and a major change for integration with XLights. Okay, so first off, you'll notice listening IP instead of what it said before. And that is because you have a web browser built in that does not have to be on that IP address. It always has been, but now you can expose it. So if you are logged in as an administrator, and only then the web server is automatically enabled. The port will look for an available port. Hopefully it gets 80. If not, then you'll be doing some extra typing. But not. It's pretty simple right now. The only stuff in it is a reboot button, bulk off, and bulk movie. Now remember, if you're streaming though, it's going to turn it back on again. So you would want to, in that case, you would want to reboot and then turn it off or whatever after Artnet to Twinkly comes back up. Which you'll be able to tell because the page would load again. Anyway, that's one thing. I've got the server actually working across the network. And that was a pain in the butt. I was having firewall issues. So if you can't get to load, you got to make sure that your firewall lets it through. I'm visualizing people using their phone to do like bulk settings. I'm going to move some of the settings to the web page, and if you want to change them, it'll just, I guess you'll just have to open a web. There'll be a button in the app that just opens the website. Maybe not. Okay. So what else we got? Oh, this used to be over here. I give us some more room for this. This is the one that determines if it's going to be listening locally or not. If you check this, well, you in reality you don't want to. I just have it there for backwards compatibility. Don't ever check this ever again. It'll tell it to listen on localhost, but listening on the actual IP address, I found out is just as good because your stack knows to send it locally. And it has a side benefit of if you're in XLights, and of course you can do this. Well, I got to listen first. If you're listening, you can come in here and discover, and there we are, right? Well, now you can do this and go to the web page. Of course, that works across domains. Now, what did I do to make this better with XLights, you may ask? Well, let me show you. First, I'm going to select, let's see, where's my line? Here's my strip. Pretty rough mapping there. Now I'm going to go into XLights. Oh, also I'm going to, this is required. It can't do both at once because they're on the same IP address. Hit stop. Go into XLights. And of course, you wouldn't be setting your model up while you're doing this anyway. So let's go into layout. To create a custom model. Now, model edit. Import. And there we are. And there's your model data. Now for the one-offs. Windows is a group. You can't export groups unless you're logged in, which is why I'm logged in to demonstrate this. Otherwise, you just have to export your 4 pieces separate. And the reason is because the web stores a layout for the 4 devices and what order they're in. There is actually no way for me to query the device to figure out what order they're in. I can get this part, but I can't determine if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever. But the web tells me all that. So I've selected this Windows group. I go into XLights, another custom model. Edit that model data. And now you'll see I have a different channel range. That is 4 100 length strings, so that uses 1200 channels. And there you have it. Now, I want to mention that if you are expecting submodels, obviously you can't do this because you're importing these like it's a Twinkly device. You would still want to use the old way of coming in here and exporting it. And then you would just import through the other option, which is over here. And then you would load it, right? So here's a custom model that I have made for my tombstones. And that's how you bring it in that way. Easy peasy. Also, I'm not currently yet, but will be supporting submodels in this method. Just because of reasons involving me having to create a fake device for it to look at. So it's going to be a little bit of work. Now, the third one that I want to demonstrate is this is a pro device. Now, I don't have it actually mapped, but you also have to be logged in for pro devices to do this. And actually, one of these is a Gen 1 device, but I can't remember which one it is. I think it might be this one. This one I could actually demonstrate as well, even though it's not even on. This is actually a fun part about doing it this way. The device isn't even plugged in, and I can still come over here and say, give me that layout. And there's the layout. So same thing with the Pro controller. I can come in here and you see what's going on, right? It presents to XLights the one you selected. So if I select the Pro device, then I come in here, new device, model data, and this is obviously a lot faster than the other way of doing it. But the other way obviously has a bunch of benefits. You can break up models up into smaller ones. It can handle huge groups of thousands of models. XLights just can't handle stuff that large with its built-in importer because the custom model stuff only goes up to 1,000 by 1,000. So if I was to try like 3,000, it just won't do it. It will, in fact, say no, you can't even enter on that. Anyway, unless they've fixed that. Let me do that again. See, okay, yeah. Turned it into 1,000 by whatever. So let me redo the import on that one, so it doesn't look dumb. There you go. So there you have it. This version is not live yet. Expect it Wednesday evening on the 4th of April 2023, in case you're watching this, whatever year. That's all I got. And I hope you guys find this update useful. It was a pain in the butt. That's all I got.